Path of Empowerment, Pleiadian Wisdom for a World in Chaos by Barbara Marciniak. Chapter 7, The Game of Existence. A tidal wave of light-encoded energy emanating from the great central sun of the Milky Way galaxy permeates the new territories of space that your solar system is currently passing through on its journey through the cosmos. This energy is being deliberately introduced to your world to quickly enhance and upgrade human awareness in multiple levels of reality. The cosmos is rich with life, and consciously advanced civilizations distribute their knowledge and achievements throughout the field of existence using light frequencies as carrier waves for information. Massive influxes of ever-increasing cosmic radiation carry patterns and codes for peaceful and sustainable solutions to your global challenges, revealing to humanity a grander understanding of the design of existence. Once selected, these codes can elevate human consciousness and inspire it to resolve the raging conflict over ideas that currently separate humanity through the acts of war, greed, and tyranny. The proliferation of chaos and confusion in world society is actually stimulating human activity to awaken to a higher order of values. Thank you, Darktilians! Humans are stronger than you think, and with this in mind, you must allow the multiverse to gift you with something even greater than you can imagine. Rotating on its tilted axis, Earth is like a rare, priceless gem, radiating its luster into the depths of space and time. From your vantage point on Earth, the sun and moon appear to be of the exact same size. Yet in actuality, if the sun were a beach ball, the moon would be a grain of sand. The precise positioning of the Earth, moon, and sun allows for the periodicity of the lunar and solar eclipse cycles to occur, which have a penetrating and powerful impact on the entire system of nature. Eclipses follow distinct cycles that methodically disrupt the normal rhythm of the well-established relationship patterns between daylight and darkness. The ancient Maya mapped these cycles to perfection. Eclipses initiate changes by stimulating new levels of intense interrelatedness. Essentially, they stir the pot of awareness. The tilting of the axis in relationship to the solar orbital plane creates the changing seasons. As you move farther away from the equatorial zones, variations in temperature and ratios of light to dark increase dramatically. The vernal and autumnal equinoxes are recognized for providing an ancient code of balance for Earth and all of her creatures. Twice each year, the sun appears directly overhead in the equatorial zones, creating an equal distribution of daylight and darkness in both northern and southern hemispheres. This apparent balance between the hours of daylight and darkness is like a cosmic reset button that realigns and updates both the system of nature and that of humanity. Your body thrives on sunlight. Actually, the entire system of nature functions on pulsed light vibrations. Information is distributed on light frequencies, so as the daylight hours diminish or increase, your consciousness is deeply affected. With less light in autumn and winter, you naturally journey farther inward to reflect upon and reassess your place in the game of existence, which is about managing energy in every aspect of the cosmos. When the light increases, you are naturally more attracted to your external environment as the place to play and create and initiate action. Each year, springtime brings the fulfillment of nature's promise of renewal. And as the land awakens from winter's slumber, you awaken as well. The cells of your body sense the quickening of light and respond by nudging your consciousness to stretch and reach outward into reality, to take action on the ideas you have been reflecting upon during the quieter winter moons. Your cells know that an increase in light is an opportunity for growth and expanded awareness. Each spring, your body is stimulated to become entrained with the new light frequencies, to meet and match the stronger ones and integrate them into your personal cellular storehouse of knowledge. Your consciousness expands along with the light because the light frequencies, which penetrate your body to a subatomic level, are encoded with symbols conveying new information. The multiverse maintains contact with all dimensions and all versions of reality through an elegant web of interconnected electromagnetic frequencies and light. As the hours of daylight lengthen, your senses grow anew, and just like your plants, you learn to adjust to the atmospheric changes that include new levels of sensitivity to the high-spectrum radiation carried by the light. Radiation is energy that is emitted in either particles or waves, or actually wavicles, moving away from their source. In the cosmos, energy emitted by one body is transmitted in wavelengths along the electromagnetic spectrum through the medium of space to be absorbed by another body. From an earthly perspective, frequencies are measured in hertz, signifying how many cycles per second energy moves along a wavelength. The higher the frequency, the shorter the wavelength. Waveforms with higher frequencies bring about entrainment, causing weaker frequencies to basically join in and resonate along with them, somewhat like vines joining together to climb a tree in order to reach more light. People everywhere are becoming much more sensitive to the effects of the increase in energy from the cosmic radiation. At this time, living on Earth involves learning how to manage energy from the perspective of the physical body, accepting the ever-growing mass realization that thought creates reality is the bedrock foundation for the transformation of consciousness and the spiritual awakening of humanity. Even though other forms of cosmic intelligence are offering their higher wisdom to assist you in navigating these times, it is incumbent upon you to rise above the ever-pervasive tyranny of fear by applying the power of your conscious mind to create your reality based on love. You are a cosmic force producing your own form of radiation through your thoughts and feelings. Your thoughts and your feelings radiate out from you at all times. Just as others offer assistance to your world, whatever you learn and accomplish here in the physical reality ripples outwards as a frequency of inspiration into the field of existence, and some realities eagerly await your contributions. Your personal and collective achievements make significant contributions to all interdimensional realities. Your victories are gifts that provide frequencies of humanity's version of spiritual transformation and evolution. These will be transferred to other planets undergoing a similar process, perhaps 1,000 years from now, or 10,000, or 1,000,000. The channels that you groove now will be accessible for all time-space continuums. The steady influx of intense cosmic energy will activate new degrees of emotional awareness and expression that will further the development of your psychic sensitivities. These energies stimulate you to reach for a new inner standing of yourselves with respect to your power to create whatever you direct your energy and attention toward. It is also important to remember that to anchor the codes for expanded awareness into physical reality, not only must you maintain balance in all aspects of your life, you must also be aware of how you conduct yourself with respect to other people. The sun is the governor of your solar system. Life as you know it requires an orb of light. Unusual and unprecedented solar flare activity will continue to deliver high radiation frequencies and photons to your sector of existence throughout this 52-year nanosecond. These transmissions alter the fabric of physical reality and upgrade your DNA automatically. So get out there into the sun and let the sun penetrate your body. All of it. Cosmic radiation has a powerful effect on your body because greater activity in the heavens creates greater stimulation and communication on an intracellular level. Cosmic energy interacts with you and your version of the field of existence by digging through layers of patterns in the DNA that have been encoded with a thorough accumulation of generations of ancestral perceptions. The incoming energy can rearrange your perceptions, putting them in a new perspective where you can more easily untangle any self-destructive emotional behavioral patterns, such as victimhood, or fear, or hatred, or the desire for vengeance and violence. By seeing and understanding the purpose of these feelings, accepting them for what they were in the past, as well as the affiliated events from a larger interconnected picture of cause and effect. Everything that has ever happened was perfect. Thank it and let it go. To leave the endless, boring loop of painful repetition on the road of disempowerment, you must make a choice, and then creatively imagine your own exit, and shut the door on your way out. The internal space and structure of your atoms of your cells are comparable to the vast expanse of the heavens. Imagine that. Just as the outer space is filled with twinkling stars, on a subatomic level your inner depths are filled with the blinking patterns of light. Cosmic radiation travels along the electromagnetic spectrum, carrying encoded patterns of energy that are like maps and blueprints for locating and building probable realities. As these powerful frequencies entrain with your cells, your nervous system converts the cosmic signals to electromagnetic energy, delivering the messages both to your brain and throughout every cell of your body. Cell receptors accept these new frequencies, which then pass through cell membranes to roam the depths of subatomic inner space. They streak in and out of this inner reality, just like a meteor shower, gracing a velvety dark night sky. Just as words are symbols for ideas, these blinking lights are symbols that carry the codes and patterns for an abundance of probable new choices and high vibration options for enhancing physical reality. However, it is up to you to choose the codes that embody the path of empowerment. The codes and patterns offer instructions that your cells can use to maintain your body at a higher level of vibration and awareness, so that you can adapt to the greater social and environmental changes and challenges that characterize these times of chaos. Cells read the environment. Everything is identified by the cell as a vibratory frequency. Life force energy is actually in the environment and passes through the cells, offering an unlimited array of potential selections. Your genes are programmed to respond to stimuli, and with the new codes streaming through the body, the DNA can be played like an electronic circuit board, with the various signals decoded and translated on a subatomic level, not unlike music. The sun, along with the supporting cast of other cosmic forces of light, plays the lead role during this time of transformation by delivering frequencies that your body, your cells, your DNA, and your conscious mind can use to enhance your life. As your entire solar system traverses new areas of space, the sun translates the incoming codes of consciousness and then eloquently disperses them throughout the entire system. Your scientists have discovered that the sun emits a sound, or rather a chorus, or rather an orchestral frequency changing at all times. Listen deeply with your whole body. Remember, in order to experience the unique qualities of 3D physical reality, your spiritual self takes up occupancy in a physical body, which is actually an elaborate code-reading device for analyzing the environment. Your body is highly adaptable and very receptive to the light frequencies that carry encoded instructions for navigating, managing, and co-creating the fabric of multidimensional reality. Unlike the conscious mind, the cells, molecules, atoms, and subatomic particles operate with an intelligence that is not confined to linear time. Your DNA is inscribed with an accumulation of ancestral perceptions and other lifetime memories that serve as a foundation for your physical identity to build upon. An inner communication system sustains your organs, your continuity of memory, and your ability to move and function. And it simultaneously assesses and maintains a myriad of communications between so-called past and future situations that affect your present reality. Any vista of time can be reinterpreted when seen from another perspective. A new vision of past or the present and the future events creates an alternative route for consciousness to move, explore, expand, avoid, and heal. Even though you participate in life believing that you are fully aware of what is happening, quite simultaneously other aspects of yourselves coexist with your consciousness. These other aspects are more aware of your multidimensionality than your conscious ego mind. And they are able to operate out of your body using the same cells, the same molecules, and the same organs, simply by adapting to different frequencies. They can perceive legitimate vistas of reality in different timelines that you and other parts of yourself may be completely unaware of. Your body is always operating as a multidimensional code-reading device. Codes of consciousness dance through the vacuum of inner and outer space for the purpose of seeding and shaping realities with energetic patterns and potentials. The patterns are symbols and signposts for consciousness to explore. Come this way, go that way, do not go here. Like markers on a map, they point the way to various cosmic crossroads of energy where realities merge. The incoming codes stimulate you to consciously reevaluate your ideas about yourself and to elevate your thinking above and beyond your own self-imposed limitations, as well as those fostered by factions of society still steeped in denial. To be fully actualized, these incoming codes must be selected and integrated by your conscious minds. For a few moments, relax your tongue. Gently separate your jaw and focus your attention on your breath. Let's do 3 big inhales. One more. As you listen, clear your throat, straighten your spine, and open the front of your chest by rotating your shoulders backward in alignment with your spine. Now, breathing slowly, carefully, intentionally, tip of your tongue to the top of your teeth. Use your imagination to visualize a vibrant influx of golden spirals of energy dancing their way into your body as you inhale oxygen and life force energy deep into the bottom of your lungs. Consciously follow the feeling of expansion and contraction in your lungs, as well as the inward and outward movement of your diaphragm. Picture the swirling spirals of energy easily speeding through the walls of your lungs to enrich your bloodstream with the latest cosmic codes of light frequency of consciousness. As you continue to breathe in a deep, rhythmic manner, direct your consciousness into your body's inner world to consider the versions of reality where your cells, molecules, atoms, and subatomic particles participate. Whom or what are they communicating with? Use the deep rhythms of your breath to entrain with your cells, allowing your cells to show you what they want you to know. What part of your body needs extra attention? Send energy there. In both inner and outer worlds, enhanced awareness is based on the ability to read and discern symbols, to recognize the significance of patterns and cycles through observation. Symbols are the interface between the field of existence and consciousness. Symbols are a way of notching the field with significance. When you pay attention to the dance of subtle energies, reality is altered through the introduction of your consciousness. Your perceptions condition the fabric of reality to conform to your expectations. When you thrust your thinking toward experiencing new realities, you create a new waveform of awareness that carries your intentions into subatomic levels and seeks to entrain with the appropriate probabilities. The nature of your reality is abundantly rich with meaning. Everything in your world is highly symbolic. Symbols express and unlock larger ideas. You are a symbolic representation of your inner identity. Your body contains a highly structured map of interwoven energetic forces. The lines on the palms of your hand, your fingertips, the bottoms of your feet, the shape of your eyes, the structure of your face, the shape of your shoulders, how you stand, how you speak, how you move, all convey a vast amount of information about who you think you are. Your particular style of handwriting and how you form the symbols of the alphabet, your astrological birth data, the numerology of your name, your Mayan birthday, all offer deeper insights into the layers of intentions you are playing with in the game of existence. Within the current world culture, a challenging aspect of the game of consciousness in 3D reality has been to forget that you are part of the grander field of existence. Actually, you had to sever connection with the other levels of reality and other dimensions in order to be separated for a while from your greater identity, and to appear not to know the details of the larger plan on a conscious level. You also chose to forget all of your past and future lives. Although there are many ways of playing the field, it can definitely be tough and challenging to appear to be cut off from your higher self-awareness. Nevertheless, your higher self has always been working with you to map out positive, purposeful, probable realities from a place where time is suspended. The more adept you are at recognizing patterns within the symbols of your 3D Earth reality, the faster you learn to re-establish contact with your higher self, thus opening and activating the codes for new levels of life-enhancing sustainable probabilities. Remember, conscious thought is a powerful force. It ripples into realities beyond your perceptual awareness, affecting both physical matter and other layers of life. While a portion of your identity is firmly focused in the present, consciousness on a subatomic level experiences existence as being non-local, meaning there are no walls or boundaries to separate anything. Non-local implies being everywhere at once, omnipresent with all of existence. And this is why your cells are precognitive. Each moment is important because it contains untold probable choices. You must therefore take complete responsibility and accountability for each moment. You actually select probable versions of reality as easily as you choose food items from a grocery store shelves. Each and every potential decision you face creates a vortex of energy, a point of power where potential realities line up awaiting selection. Each time you make a decision, you select a personal vortex of energy to fortify your version of the world. When your mind is clear and your body is operating with optimum health, it is much easier to focus your attention on the version of reality that you consciously choose to occupy. The ability to consciously focus your attention and energetically choose what you want is the sign of an awakened mind. When you select and direct your thoughts with clear intentions, you actually tune your attention to a specific show of reality, just like adjusting the dial of a radio to a specific broadcast. Intentionality ripples beyond the present into the past and the future because thought is not confined by space and time. In a larger sense, thoughts freely explore the non-local multiverse, making new realities in every moment of the past, present, and future. New events can happen in any time and every now, and are engaged in making new versions of reality itself. You make the choice, and you always have a choice. The multiverse is in constant motion, seeking to find the ideal balance and support and sustain each and every part of itself. It obeys you. As you are now fully aware, part of your challenge is to awaken your perceptual awareness to a much higher purpose in life. You are not stuck in or destined to a doomsday version of reality. Reality is refreshed and newly selected by everyone each and every moment. And this, dear friend, you would be wise to remember. Your ancestors in both the distant and recent past were capable of navigating reality with ways and means that are foreign to most people in the modern world. Nearly all of written history has been purged of the fascinating aspects of life involving experiences with paranormal versions of reality. Over the ages, human beings have systematically been led to believe that they are less and less powerful and less than they really are. In other times, people were more capable of navigating and playing with reality simply for the fun of it. They knew the joys of exploring non-local existence and were able to activate DNA codes etched within the circuitry to bring them back to their home station. They knew their place in time, yet they were not confined to it. They did not need the technology that you require today to go to Mars, nor did they need weather forecasters to predict pending storms. People could travel the cosmos and explore their greater reality. The Mayans knew of the black hole at the center of the Milky Way galaxy, yet from a modern astronomical perspective, this is a very recent discovery. Your ancestors knew that their senses were for interacting with nature, and when they wanted someone to watch their children, they were able to create an energy vortex around a favorite tree. They could then walk into the forests and fields and maintain communication with that tree, and the tree would use its own energy in cooperation with the commands of the mother and father to watch the children. People once knew that the system of nature was a necessity of life, and they used the knowledge to empower themselves to survive and thrive in cooperation with the natural world. One of the most subversive battles for control of the human mind began thousands of years ago as organized reptilian religions sought to draw people away from their sacred connection to nature by convincing them to worship the gods in buildings designed to mimic nature's majesty. Much later, with the advent of the Industrial Revolution of the late 1700s, an even greater dislocation separated people from nature. The accelerated pace of economic change brought factories into towns, which in turn created a drastic increase in people leaving the countryside to seek an urban living and make more money. Instantly, insanity and poor health became much more common as people lost their connection to nature and then, too, lost the ability to tell the difference between one stream of time and another. An accumulation of such rigid social and cultural beliefs, limiting the confines of time and space and putting them all in little boxes, have disconnected you from the experience of direct learning from nature and natural flows of time. The resulting systemic confusion within your cellular circuit board has become detrimental to humanity's spiritual and physical growth and health. At this time, all of humanity is deeply immersed in fulfilling a crucial mass agreement to restore the physical body's code-reading capabilities. By claiming your inherent abilities to move your conscious awareness around the field of existence, you will experience direct knowledge and be able to tell the difference between truth and lies. And you must reclaim these abilities to reach beyond the confines of physical reality to understand the power and intent of the forces that challenge you to awaken. As mediated confusion from the mass hysteria media intensifies all over the world, political and sexual charades are used to purposely confound, demoralize, and separate humanity into opposing factions. The seemingly endless tidal wave of war propaganda and a barrage of double talk, scripted to program human consciousness, will continue to offer a version of reality full of foreboding and fear, hopelessness, doom, and despair. Even though the political management of your planet appears to be racing out of control, from a higher perspective, a flamboyant scourge of lies and deceit stimulates your growing awareness to awaken to your true spiritual identity. Thank you, Darktilians. As spiritual common sense prevails, an agenda of fear-based entrainment has no hold on an awakened mind. Conscious awareness, dear soul, is the key to unraveling the mysteries of the multiverse. And like hobbits discovering their strengths on a journey through Middle-earth, you too will discover how strong you really are. Physical reality is founded upon the creative process. The concepts we share with you at this time are for the purpose of refreshing your memory and reminding you of your power to implement change into physical reality. It is time to activate your imagination, to clarify your intentions, to focus your energy, to take action, and expect results. You are integrating cosmic energies for the purpose of restoring the functions of the specific codes of consciousness within the human form. You must respond by expanding your field of possibilities and trust in your power within the scheme of existence. A much larger framework of consciousness supports the positive versions of reality that you agree to participate in. A frequency away, forms of intelligence watch you. They interact and cooperate with and sustain your version of reality. Our advice is to be very, very clear about what you are and are not available for. This way, it will be much easier to receive the live updates from your appropriate cosmic energy buddies, and avoid having your body's computer compromised by lower vibrational viruses. During these times of perceptual changes, you will be tested to strengthen your resolve and demonstrate your version of the power of the human spirit. While you are being adjusted by waveforms of energy that you cannot see, your body is being recruited and fine-tuned to adapt to the accelerating energy. You select the codes best suited to your values and intentions. All realities occur concurrently, each one fortified by the power of thoughts and emotions invested in it. So, the all-important question comes down to, which program do you want to be programmed by? Stretching your mind beyond the walls of mass agreements that structure 3D reality is an empowering achievement, which adds greater awareness and meaningful new understanding of the whys and wherefores of life. You are here to learn how to play the game. The intricacies of your own individual energy are in concert with the magical, mystical field of existence at all times. Tune in. Collectively and individually, this undertaking is no small task, and we applaud you for every little energetic improvement you make. In every venue of reality, it is essential to understand how the governing influences of cosmic and spiritual laws operate in concert with the ancient mass agreements that guide your interplay with the field of existence. As you are learning, not only do your thoughts create your reality, they operate on many levels of the mind, as well as in multiple layers of reality. As you are learning, not only do your thoughts create your reality, they operate on many levels of the mind, as well as multiple layers of dimensions. Spiritual or esoteric knowledge uses the language of metaphor and symbolism to convey the subtle meanings of existence, meanings that transcend the physical and material world, and yet have a profound effect upon it. From a larger picture of reality, you are swimming in a sea of symbols. The human mind readily responds to symbols. They are easily imprinted and stored in your DNA, as well as in the deep memory banks of the subconscious and unconscious minds. Without symbols, how would you express yourself? Language is based upon telepathic agreements where inherent meaning is assigned to sound symbols. Yet when people speak, they take the act for granted, rarely wondering where their next words are coming from, or even aware that they are molding ideas into words and playing with the power of naming, qualifying, identifying, and creating existence with small mouth sounds. Words convey information, yes, but information is not in the words. They symbolize meanings based on mass cultural agreements of consensual reality, and help form it at the same time. With the art of writing, specific two-dimensional shapes of lines and curves and straight lines and dots and squiggles utilizing a code, perhaps an alphabet or kanji or glyphs, and the words they form when being read can literally make something out of nothing, because the physical act of writing creates and directs energy. Writing is a form of magic that was once readily accepted and developed as a method for affecting reality. Over time, the meaning of the symbols of every language has changed, adapting to the requirements, intelligence, and curiosity of the people of each culture. Yet sometimes certain words were purposefully altered or reinvented or even banished from the vernacular because they had special power and were forbidden to be used by the masses. In long times past, the ability to identify and name life's unfolding mysteries and their forces within nature was recognized as an act of power for exercising influence over the magical properties of those forces. Nature was recognized as the staging grounds for the manifestation of spiritual and cosmic laws and forces within a particular dimension, allowing consciousness to explore reality from this particular vantage point. An innate sense of curiosity is embedded within all forms of consciousness, and people of old sought to understand the interplay and relationship between all of these cosmic laws and forces. They sought knowledge that would assist them in utilizing the mystical properties of nature and the atmosphere to influence and play in the vast field of existence. The tradition of noting the sun's position in the heavens was utilized by your ancestors for the purpose of locating their place in existence, and as a way of marking what you call time. They knew that understanding the cycles of the heavens offered important keys to unraveling their greater identity. In modern culture, people have misplaced their sense of curiosity, and few of them now recognize the power and significance of noting the seasons as a way of counting time, or as a method for finding their place within the grand scheme of existence. People of the ancient world readily recognized and acknowledged the forces of nature. In the northern hemisphere, thousands of years before the rise of the reptilian version of Christianity, December 25th was a special day for acknowledging the promise of the yearly return of light that would soon deliver the northern world from long dark nights. Born anew on the horizon, the heavenly sun began to shift its position to move upward in the sky after reaching its peak of light in the southern latitudes on the December winter solstice. The first day of visible movement of the position of the rising sun occurs 4 days after the solstice. Hence, what you now call December 25th was long celebrated as a wonderful day. As Earth completes a 24-hour rotation on its tilted axis, it soars through space in complete synchronization with your solar system, revolving around the sun in an orbit of approximately 365 days. Due to the tilting of the polar axis, the sun appears to alter its position in the sky, seeming to seasonably migrate north and south while casting new shadows and reflections through a continuous transmission of light-encoded information. The sun is your most important source of energy. As the ruler of your solar system, it dependably provides light, which sustains all life on your planet. It is the sign of the cross, or two intersecting straight lines, in an ancient multi-layered symbol that was originally used in very ancient times as a locator point and as a sign for representing the sun and the stars. The cross was a symbol for other meanings as well, It signified where spirit meets matter, or where the sky appeared to meet Earth as a horizon in the form of a cosmic cross. In ancient times, the atmosphere, or ether, was also symbolically positioned in the center of the cross. The ether was filled with cosmic life force energy, and where the lines joined, the abundance of vitality opened portals to other dimensions of reality. The symbol of the cross has been sacred for hundreds of thousands of years. Long ago, when people utilized the sun as a way of locating their place in existence, they maneuvered stone markers into specific placements on the Earth's surface to discover the pattern that the movement of the sun's rays displayed. People observed the positions of all heavenly bodies, the moon, the planets, comets, and stars, to understand the keys to the celestial symbols and patterns that defined and emblazoned the scenery of existence. As a marker and locator point, the cross also became the symbol for denoting the four directions: north, east, south, and west. And for those who understood and respected the power of the goddess energies, the crossroads were always considered among her sacred places. With its utter simplicity as a symbol, the cross came to signify a number of important themes: the significance of the sun and stars, where spirit meets matter, a notation for sacred places, the mark of the four directions, the four cross quarter points, the four seasons, the four elements, earth, air, fire, and water. And in those times, it was well known that activities carried out in the exact center point of the two crossed lines had great power to affect many versions of reality. For the two lines meet to form a point of power, where the ether, the vital force of existence, is always signified. The game board that you call the checkerboard is a pattern in a more complex version of the cross, an extension that naturally evolved from connecting a series of intersected crosses. The checkerboard is a grid pattern composed of 64 squares, 8 squares per side alternating in a black and white design. This familiar set of symbols can be found the world over, as well as throughout many timelines. Hiding in plain sight, this black and white pattern of squares is an ancient design that was created as a very simple yet powerful tool to remind humanity of the vast expanse of the field of existence, and more importantly, how to navigate it. This symbol was easily imprinted on the deeper layers of the human mind and passed on in the innate patterns of perception from one generation to another. The interlocking pattern was a multi-layered teaching that conveyed the encoded complexities of the multiverse. Each crossing point on the grid was a vortex and portal of energy where realities merged, and each square in between was a symbol for specific qualities of energy: black for negative and white for positive, just like the negative and positive charges of electromagnetic energy. Synthesizing this crucial information into a two-dimensional form in third-dimensional reality, the intent was to portray the importance of polarity within the natural order of the multiverse by way of symbolic metaphor. The checkerboard is a symbol that has captured the ultimate complexity of the field of existence in a design that is layered with symbolic meanings, yet presents itself with the ultimate of simplicity, an innocent presence in a world culture appearing as nothing more than a little board for playing little games. People of old knew that, in the vast game of existence, they would live again and again and again and again. And they also knew that How they perceived and interpreted reality determined the quality of their life experience here in this lifetime and in the next. They further knew that the game board was created as a symbol to imprint their memory banks so as to remember and be able to call forth what was learned from lifetime to lifetime. Like the cross, the checkerboard contains layers and layers of meaningful information. Because symbols can be used to affect and direct consciousness in many subtle ways, the lines in alternating colors spoke to the deeper layers of the subconscious and unconscious minds, areas that readily respond to and recognize symbols that the conscious mind may barely notice. People use their minds in different fashions. The ancients grasped that the mind was affected by forces of nature and that everything is part of the cosmic dance of energy. The game board became their treasured symbol for consciously playing the game of existence. The 64 squares, 6 plus 4 equals 10, revealing 1 and 0, form an 8-sided design on a 2-dimensional surface in 3rd-dimensional reality, a metaphor for revealing the essence of cosmic law and the basic instructions for building energy into any reality. It also reflects the 64 codes of the I Ching. Black and white symbolize the female and male polarities, negative and positive forces, dark and light, night and day, blood and semen, 0 and 1, vagina and penis, chalice and blade, the oval and dome and altar, and the obelisk and the pillar and the steeple, even the Eastern symbol of the yin-yang. The black and white swirl, traditionally representing the balance of energy, was inherent in the design. The alternating pattern of black and white symbols triggered the mind to remember the higher cosmic and spiritual laws for working with energy. In Indonesia, on the island of Bali, the local culture has long used the checkerboard pattern as a reminder for dealing wisely with the necessary balance between the forces of dark and light. Around the world, numerous ancient power sites contain calendars and computers made from stone and based upon the same principle. A stone and a space, a pillar and a space, a 0 and 1, white and black. And right in line with the very clever and knowledgeable use of energy, modern-day computers are, interestingly enough, based on the exact same energy system of symbols. 1 and 0, pillar and space, male and female. Ancient temples and churches were always located at the points or crossroads where the powerful earth energy lines intersected, for the intent was to tap into the energy of the great planetary grid and use it for amassing and focusing energy and power. In the old world and new, buildings were constructed according to the very ancient art of using the force of polarity at these sites, with consideration for geological anomalies, to create and direct energy. Remnants of the game board can be found all over the world, on the floors of old structures, such as those in the ruins of Pompeii, and on the ceilings and walls of churches and mosques that were decorated in black and white. In the modern era, the design has been consistently used in the foyers of state and federal buildings, Masonic temples, and the meeting places of the New World Order clan. Fashion and advertising industries invariably use the checkerboard pattern. In auto racing, the black and white checkered flag is raised as a signal to start your engines, and then it is lowered to give notice that the game has begun, and waved ferociously as the winner crosses the line. secret societies have long used the black and white checkerboard to affect their own consciousness, as well as that of the masses. Manipulating and managing reality from behind the scenes is an age-old practice. Even though many modern societies willingly participate in various displays of public rituals using ancient symbols, they have no real knowledge or awareness that these symbols are being used to open portals of energy and consciousness, often for covert reasons. The crossing points and their uses have been a well-guarded secret. Symbols that represent layers and layers of hidden meanings are used profusely in the architecture of churches and public buildings. They are also on uniforms, military insignia, and regal attire, and they are found in religious ceremonies in both the ancient and modern worlds, as well as in advertising on street corners today. Within the black and white checkerboard are layers and layers of codes signifying various divisions of time. Numerically, the outer edge is composed of 28 squares, corresponding to the approximate number of days within both lunar and menstrual cycles. The next layer in has 20 squares, noting the approximate number of years in an eclipse series, which is established by the moon's north and south nodal patterns, known as the head and tail of the celestial dragon, that complete a rotational cycle. The moon's nodes are a symbol for the energetic cross points of the orbital planes of the Earth and the Moon, which are imaginary positions used to calculate distances and directions, both astronomically and astrologically. The next layer in has 12 squares, signifying the 12 signs of the zodiac and the 12 months of the calendar year. The innermost layer is made of 4 squares, joining around the center point of a cross, symbolizing the 4 directions surrounding the ether power point in the very center. Each numerical symbol represents important information for the design and building of reality, as well as for understanding the intricately significant patterns of the celestial cycles. When diagonal lines are drawn across the board from corner to corner, the lines cross the intersection of the north-south and east-west axes. They divide each quarter in half, creating 8 sections, with the new lines marking off the all-important 4 quarter section points, the 4 times of year. The 1st of February, 1st of May, 1st of August, and 1st of November, when the sun is halfway between the next solstice or equinox. Some cultures celebrated the 4 cross-quarter points as times of important spiritual renewal, while the traditional 4 seasons of the year, marked by the solstices and equinoxes, were celebrated as earthly festivals. Remember, time serves as a locator and organizer of realities, creating invisible boundaries as containers for creation. You cannot deny that this earth has 2 solstices and 2 equinox, and the 4 quarter points, perfectly arranged in perpetuity. The 8 directional points were used for marking and telling time. Determining their relationship to the cosmic calendar was crucial for knowing exactly when the energies of spirit meeting matter would peak. Today, what is your game really about? What are the components? How is it influencing you? Perhaps you are wondering how you can learn to play on the game board, working your way up to a multi-dimensional chess game. The game is about managing energy in every aspect of the cosmos. It is a game of awareness, and the board represents the field of existence, which is the neutral playing field of energy that supports and expands consciousness. Its presence announces and reminds you on very deep levels of consciousness that you are playing a game of life. As you are by now very well aware, one of the primary reasons for your presence here on Earth is to learn how to manage energy during a time of rapidly unfolding awareness. Remember, the point of awareness is to take note of what you are observing, to assess, to evaluate, and to apply the present information as a piece to a much larger puzzle in the tapestry of reality. Every day of your life, you are being triggered by symbols you are completely unaware of. These activations take place in the part of the self that is holding ancient memories. To become more fully aware of the significance of symbols in your reality, and to achieve the healings you came here to receive, areas of your mind and body that store memory must link up and operate from a higher state of consciousness. Once you place your attention on these possibilities, your curiosity will elevate your understanding of reality to a new level. Have fun playing the game.